Let's see if we can move y'all back here. Yes. Welcome, loves. Welcome, everyone, returning and new subscribers. This is your goddess, Empress, High Priestess, Avala Pantera. Welcome, all. Let's get into our messages. All right. So, first and foremost, I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me, as me, for you, and I collected to use our mind's eye to see. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my ancestors and spirit guides that guide and protect me. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So welcome all once again. Okay, let's get it right into this. So there's this message that's coming through here for the collective of a healing of the heart chakra, which allows you now to connect to what it is that you truly desire. And as far as 111 on a timer, as far as the planetary placements are concerned at this time, we do have Pluto that has gone direct as of the 8th of October. Another thing is, as of today, Mercury retrograde finishes its post shadow phase, being in retrograde. Okay, so with those two, first and foremost, Pluto has gone into a retrograde movement as of the 29th of April until the 8th of October. So when that happens, there's this alchemical process of breaking down in order for you to regenerate. So this is breaking down a lot of things that may have been linked to you from generation to generation to generation, from generation to generation to you. Then we also have Saturn that is still right now in retrograde, but until the 23rd of October. Okay, it has gone retrograde as of the 4th of June. So with that, it gives you another chance to, clean things up as far as what has been done previously and didn't turn out as expected, especially if this was something that was supposed to turn out a different way. So these are like these markings in your life where, depending on the lessons that you're willing to take in based on the way you're going to observe it, this is where you get a second chance at it when Saturn goes retrograde. So, giving you a second chance to correct things of the past. Okay, so also, let me see here. Regulating of certain areas of your life that would benefit from boundaries, order, or structure, especially if you are a Capricorn or an Aquarius. You may have noticed while Saturn was retrograde up until the 23rd that there has been kind of like a delay when it comes to you taking the next step. But it's all designed for you to, I'm seeing a Seven of Swords. It's all designed for you to be able to connect to the energy and motion and where to apply it. Basically, not being reckless with the energy that you're applying in your physical life. So that way, you know, you're able to overcome the karmic lesson and receive your reward from the karma. So let's see what else he got going on. Blessings, my love, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to start with the God cards here. What is the energy for the collective? What is the energy for the collective? 444. Ooh, okay. Ooh. A lot of you here are connecting to those of you that are connecting to this message. You are connecting to your inner feminine, being touched by the inner feminine, which also is an ascended master here. So you could be of a life path 11, 22, or 33. Be mindful of the way you are with others. If you know it's a possibility that you would have to defend yourself, that's where you're at a thin line when it comes to a decision. If you're going to move forward, to even bring that into your physical energy, where you're verbally expressing yourself from a defensive point, or you're seeing it, observing it outside looking in, to know that this is not a direction you're supposed to go. But doing that from a space of growth. Because there's been times where you may have done that, but you felt like you were supposed to say something. I feel like the more you value yourself, the less you're going to speak when it comes to defending yourself, because you'll be able to observe the situation before entering it to have to defend yourself. Okay, so be in touch by the inner feminine to engage it. It says here, take some time and do some personal research into Carl Jung's work on the anima and animus, as there is a wealth of information for both the clinician and layman alike to learn practical application of these archetypes in one's lives, in one's lives, in one's life. If you are a harder machismo type of man, it may be time to soften up a bit and practice an art form such as dance, yoga, music, poetry, and let your inner feminine out of her cage. If you're on the gentler side of masculine expression, some label as the sensitive new age guy, it may be time to engage in boxing, martial arts, or competitive sports. Both the harder and softer masculine expressions are valid and emotional. Maturity allows us to be fluid between them. Include some more purpose, discovery, or re-evaluation in this exploration. The anima within is there to assure the conscious masculine is emotionally mature and effective in his purpose. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Then we got the ascended master here coming out, which is speaking of how has your life impacted or influenced? How has your life been impacted or influenced by the ascended master or masters? How about by a deceased grandparent, elder, teacher, or community member whose guidance and influence added value to the quality of your life? Maybe a business associate who elevated you in the commercial setting, or a pastor who comforted you while in a dark night of the soul. Continue or start your lifetime scroll focusing on these people at various crossroads and initiations you have encountered since birth. And before I even continue that, what I will say, as far as the placements, the aspects are concerned, hold up. Because we got the sun trining Mars, if I'm not mistaken today. Yeah, the sun is trining Mars as of today and effective until the 19th. Your activity will bring a visible result. So be mindful as to what it is that you are considering activities throughout your day, because you're going to see results from them. So this is giving me this vibe of like a speeding up of karma also. You could also have the urge to start something new. If you're into sports or anything of that nature, this is a great time to get more involved in that. As far as the masculine energy, this would bring about great partnerships amongst the masculines as well. So this is like a bromance energy coming through here. Okay. That's huge. All right, but let's see. see what these two are. You got the Father here. Okay. Christ and Ra. Ooh, shit. This is an energy of a soul experiencing many lifetimes. Christ 33 could be a life path, but 33 big time. Experiencing many lifetimes, so much so that you're able to now have, some of you have a soul that's able to be in different places. Others may want that, but there is a process to that also when it comes to other lifetimes entering this one. So this is giving me twin flame energy here. A soul so strong that it's able to go in different spaces. And I feel like those are the energies that are now coming together here. So let me see something. Where are y'all at? Some of y'all have to let something go. Another Love TKO is playing. Let me see. Let me let the moon talk to you, beloved. Ooh. Show the world the real you. What do you need to release? What do you feel that you're lacking that you have to release? What do you feel that you're lacking that you have to release? Going a little bit further into that, what is it around you that you are giving, but it's not being reciprocated to you? Even more so, the more you show the world or whomever's around you the real you. There's a love and respect that you give others to be themselves, but are you in a situation where that's being returned? I feel like that full moon in Aries also brought up that energy as well for you to observe it. Don't let pride get in your way, okay? Take time to breathe out, especially when emotions are running high here. You have bring love into the situation. So Aquarius, speaking of the world, thinking outside the box. So I'm seeing where some of you have to do a reevaluation of your surroundings as far as the level that you're going to. Basically not being able to take what you used to have with you into this new journey, especially if it's not in alignment to where you're going. Holding on to it's only going to cause a tower moment. You could have been seeing the numbers 1919 quite frequently. Or if you have your own cards and you're pulling 2 or 3 cards, the sum of those numbers is 19. That's also a message for you. Yeah, the Empress. Definitely. So some of you are being the Empress, but you're not being received in that manner. And this is something for you to reevaluate here with the 9 of Wands. You could have a moon in Sagittarius, or you're being asked to look at the bigger picture as the opportunities that you've been lining up with are in close proximity. What you're connecting to as far as an opportunity is in close proximity. What you have to move is right behind it. The moment you move it, the quicker this moves towards you. So, yeah, transformation stayed on the table here. So the letters Y, D, F, N, and G could be significant. 11-8, that would be the eclipse. F and G. Let me look at this. Let me look at this in Gematria right quick for you. Hold on. F and G is equivalent to numbers 53, 162, and 27. Let's see, 53. The Most High is guiding you into a space where there is peace. That's the tower moment. If you experience the tower moment, it's for that reason. Okay. It's a beautiful thing, though, beloved. I tell you that. You're being placed in positions where you receive the same love you give out. Alas, yes. 162, alas. 27. Let me see. One second. Okay. Your father is the judge is 27. Okay. Wow. So at last you're being brought into a space of peace by your father, and your father is the judge. And you got Ra here, ascended master, because you are an ascended master. It's also given, it's only so much that you can, that you're going to be allowed to endure. This is someone who's willing to sacrifice themselves to a degree where they don't even realize that that's what they're doing. I get it, honey. I get it. But it's time for you to step into why you allowed yourself to be at that state. When you're sacrificing yourself, you're waiting for something to happen. You're waiting for something to happen based on your purpose. Now you're being asked to focus more on your purpose and not wait for that thing to actually embark on that purpose. It's like now is the time. The world. Now is the time. The letter K could be significant. Also a healing of cysts and ulcers, Ashe. You have been given the power to create your own reality. Welcome, Goddess. If you're a divine masculine here, thank you for liking the video and washing your hands upon entering and saging yourself by liking the video. Ashe. Some of you are about to become parents again or for the first time. Masculine energy. Telling you, there's divine unions coming into play here. An energy that is connected to the cosmos. Melchizedek. A solution that comes with, that's the byproduct of being a genius, is being revealed to you daily. My beloved divine, yeah. Some of you been dancing more, should be dancing more to move the energy around. It's like when you move around, you have the ability to form these circles, which allows you to get into your Merkaba, which is your chariot of ascension. Seeing so many faces. Oh, beautiful nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's some serious romance in the air here. Somebody's coming up with the strategy. Something about the number 3 also. There's a card here turned over. Let's see what it is. It's going to bring stability to your home or your family. That's one thing to pay attention to as well. It's when you, let's say you've been single for a while, you encounter someone that you're, willing to be committed to. When it comes to those that you consider as the ones that are, close to you, see if things are also balancing itself for them as well. Not to say that that's your main focus, but it's definitely something to be mindful of. Just to make sure that there isn't like this um, a glitch basically within your process. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, my love. Welcome, Viva, baby. The tulips, yeah, and this is the card of a new relationship. So, for sure, there goes 30 right there. This is answering a higher calling. This is someone on their spiritual path answering their higher calling. Due to you answering your higher calling, you're being shown all of the connections that you should be with, or will be aligned with you, or has aligned with you. Let me continue on with this FNG. What was this? Yeah, it says called and is connected to 222. Yeah, someone definitely answered their calling in the Lamb, which speaks of sacrifice. And all right, bet. So 30, but also purity and calmness and innocence with the Lamb. Wow, 3032. It says here, as one of the values or results in gematria, you and I will become united forever. The key to the universe is 153. Let me see what this is talking about. 153. Some of you, this could be specific as far as having someone in your family or bloodline born ending in 53, January or 53. Strong force, arm, power, 153. Gemini, messenger. Okay, hold up. It's 707 right now. Mars is in Gemini. Okay. All right. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me get the astrology cards for that. Ooh, what's this? Queen of Wands, Mars energy. Look at that. Gemini's at the bottom of the deck right here. All right, so let's see what Mars is talking about here. Mars, what is your message here along with the other planets, houses, and zodiac signs, beloved? Dang, that was just Mars. Wow. The sun. Some of you have Mars in the 5th house right now while it's in Gemini. That speaks of a lot of passion, it speaks of passion, power, strength. The spiritual warrior within you, that immortal spirit, is giving me a new dawn type of energy. It's going to always force you to be in the essence of a new dawn. So the subconscious is at the forefront. Wow, the subconscious is at the forefront. And the subconscious handles things that you don't have to focus on, but you can cause a glitch within that based on what you're doing consciously. But it's like a swap that's happening between what you're able to consciously do And the subconscious is rising up because of the age of Aquarius, which is the age of mindfulness. And you have your superconscious, your conscious, and subconscious mind. So it's the age of mindfulness, being fully connected to all three by first being connected to the conscious and the subconscious. Consciously is what you're aware of. And subconsciously, it's more so things that allows you to operate without you having to focus on it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you don't have to you don't have to physically do things to allow your blood to circulate. Like, if I wanted to grab this mug and drink this tea, I can pick up the mug. I know I can consciously pick up the mug. But when it comes to the blood circulating, that's not something I have to think about. Boy, if we had to really, that would be one of the main reasons why it's important to connect to the divine source, meditation, being still enough that you're allowing you're allowing the infinite source to flow through you to do the things that you don't have to focus on: breathing, your blood circulating, the heart beating, you know? 7-Eleven. Let's see what's coming up. What else is this? You could be a Virgo. This is 8 of Pentacles. So you're being asked right now to focus on your work here. The more you focus on your work, the more you're showing yourself what you value. So this is also a part of reevaluating your work too. Working smarter, not harder. There goes Gemini. Mars is in Gemini. Yeah, 10th house. Split the deck right here. Your achievements and status in the outside world, which speaks of work. Cancer. So you could be a Virgo or Cancerian energy. As far as Cancer here, the energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, and loving. This could concern family, a mother or a child. So what I'm getting now, it's like when you do what you were designed to do on this planet, so much shifts through the subconscious of others, which is what I was saying. If you are in a partnership, notice how the energies flow around you when it comes to those that are closest to you. Not making it a priority, but just observe, because energy is fluid. So notice the experience you were having with a particular group, then when something enters, and then what that experience with that particular group is like. It'll help you to see what has to be balanced out, whether it's you, your connection to this group, or your connection to this person. That's as general as I can deliver that message. So we got Mars to clarify that straight up. So let me look at this further for you here. Some of you, your physical energy is focused on caring and loving your family, caring and loving you for your mom or your children. Others, your physical energy, drive, and fighting spirit is more towards your work, your habits, First house, yeah, this is talking about you, especially with the sun, the ego. The ego sound like I said, but ego is what I really said. Let me see what this is talking about for you here. Moon in Libra could be significant. I definitely opened it to this page. Louis Armstrong, Arthur Ashe, Amelia Earhart, Henry Fonda. Let me see. Sylvester Stallone, Walt Disney. Let me see, honey. Hold on. Let me go. Mars in Virgo. You are a prodigious worker who finds your best success in a systemized approach. You are ambitious and proud. Now, this doesn't have to mean that you have a Mars in Virgo, but these are the energies that are coming through. You are ambitious and proud, though this is not always apparent on the surface, extremely strong willed. This is someone who's being overlooked. Someone has been overlooked here. Extremely strong willed. You can separate yourself from your emotions when it comes to making decisions. Love that. In your work, you are shrewd, calculating, and quietly determined. You suspect people who only want to deal with big problems because somehow such people never seem to reach any useful conclusions. You suspect people who only want to deal with big problems because somehow such people never seem to reach any useful conclusion. So you could be the one who breaks the chain as far as a collective around you that focuses on the big problems but never gets to the solution or to the bottom of it. Mars in Virgo may appear sexually cool, but in truth, you glamorize sex. You want it to be both physically rapturous, and mentally exciting. Your passions are strong but kept under tight rein. Mars Virgo tend to be successful in professions where control of emotions is advantageous, such as psychologists, investigators, even the politician. When putting a plan into action, you must beware of getting bogged down in detail. Now, with the Mars in Cancer, Mars power turns subtle in Cancer, which is where it's going next. That's where it'll be next. Let me see what's popping through here. Let's finish here. So that'll be from March 25th, May 20th. Mars will be in Cancer. Okay. You have a great strength of will, but it is never thrust into the open. Like the tides, you wear down opposition by repeated assault. Golly. Oh man. Each wave may accomplish little, but the accumulated effect is overpowering. That's like a drop of water after a while causing damage. Each wave may accomplish little, but the accumulated effect is overpowering. In sex, Mars and Cancer approach is emotional. You are sensuous but refined, and your love making is highly intuitive art. So some of you could be connecting with the person that is of that nature. And with that being said, to connect with someone who views lovemaking as a highly intuitive art, you would have to be at a state in your life where you're healed from a lot of, generational wounds or traumatic wounds or trauma, because trauma would be a wound. Your passion, however, is dependent on what is forthcoming from a lover. If a lover is insensitive or unresponsive, he or she may find that your get up and go just got up and went. That shit is hilarious. Nobody got time to play, basically. That's what that said. It's like either you are or you're not. This is the overstanding of what Eartha Kitt was saying, that she doesn't compromise. The moment you come to a point of a compromise, there has been a level of disrespect. And we're not going to argue about that. Because that's what that is. You had to come to an agreement about something that has been disagreed upon. And at this point, it's more so, regarding where a boundary has been crossed. That's a hell no. So yet, as a native of this Mars placement, you will cling to a relationship that does not make you happy. You react only in outbursts of temper and nervous irritability. What you often requires an outlet for your pent up energies. You are noted for your breadth of vision and highly emotional work. So, what I want to see, give you some more info on, would be Mars in these houses: fourth, sixth, fifth, 4, 5, 6. I've got it here on the table as 546. Ah, Shay, beloved. Let me put it in here now so I don't. Let me see. 5, that's what it says. 546, yes. Leo, Cancer, Virgo. 546, hidden God key. The 25th of December could be significant. Mississippi as well. Zane, those books. To the lifeboats. Xena, the warrior princess. That's from Colombiana. Manhattan Club. Hurricane Irma. The Phoenix. Someone here has a very strong Capricorn placement, because it's showing me here Judge Karma. We already saw Father is the judge, but it gives off that that's a single mother energy that I'm getting from that. A very strong feminine energy here. Let me see. I had a car named Sina. She was aware. Sometimes when you feel like it's hard to let go, you gotta immediately observe what it's actually doing to you. Then ask yourself, is it harder to let go, or is it harder to keep holding on? Because in reality, it's harder to keep holding on because you're holding yourself back from experiencing bliss, not that type of, heartache and pain and confusion and back and forth. But that would have to also be a breakdown of certain belief systems that you may be holding on to as far as working things out. Like they say, it takes two to tango. Because Mars in the fifth, you are rash and impulsive in love affairs and sometimes too impatient in lovemaking. You are competitive and love sports socially and need to be the winner. You have a personal magnetism that draws people to you. On a positive note, leadership ability, dark side that's not brought to the light, conflicts with loved ones because of ego. So it's something that can be done. I'm gonna tell you from my own personal experience, you can let go. It's not hard. You gotta get to a point where you untell yourself that story by telling yourself the opposite and allow that to now become part of your mind, your mindset. What are you setting your mind on? So if you feel like it's hard to let go, you're setting the mind on that, so it can be done. It can. You're so welcome, honey. And get scared, feel like letting go of the broken stories, holding it back, actually releasing to love. That's like not wanting someone to get too close. But you get to that point of not wanting someone to get too close because those you've allowed to get close have taken advantage of your beauty, your love, your genuine love. Which is why I'm constantly saying, like, this box, this world doesn't know unconditional love. Because a lot that you see as love is not actually that. The best example I can give you is not wanting to experience love because you don't have something that is material, but for some, that's actually the solution to their problem, is to connect with someone. But again, depending on, the journey you had prior to that, you won't even dare yourself to even look at it from that perspective. I get it. But this is why it's important to, do that shadow work. Yeah. Mars in the sixth house, baby. Sixth house. In your work, you set out to accomplish things. Keeping impulsiveness under control will make you more efficient. You drive yourself hard and expect others to perform at your level. Mars in the sixth house. You have vitality and energy, but are prone to careless accidents. Positive side can initiate new work and methods. And with the sun trine in Mars, if you have Mars in the sixth house, now is your time to get after it. You don't focus on anybody else and the way they do things if it's not in accordance to what you do. This is actually the perfect time to see where that is and remove yourself from it so you can focus. Then we got, what else? We did the fourth. We're going to do the fourth now. Mars in the fourth house. You have a great desire to own your own home so that you can live independently. In your childhood, you may have been in conflict with parents, especially your father, and that's here at the bottom of the deck. Your latter years promise to be active, and you are unlikely to be dependent on others for a place to live. Then we have here as the positive side, enterprising about making money at home. And on the negative side, without it coming to light, quarrelsome in domestic relations. So if you're someone that is supposed to be into real estate or owning their own home and you finding yourself struggle, part of your shadow work could be having to, analyze where you may have had some quarrels in domestic relations. So I'm only doing the messages where Mars is showing up in this reading at this time. That you can research, beloved. So let's continue here now. Actually, we got Mars in the first at the bottom of the deck, though. One thing I ask, if you're going to be in the chat, go with the subject. I don't mind questions, but something like that, that's something for you to look up, beloved. So let's see here. Mars in the first. You are impulsive and independent and dislike taking advice from others. You approach new projects with energy and confidence and are capable of hard work. You have strong sex desires and are passionate in lovemaking. On the positive side, strong body, self-assertive and courageous. On the negative side, on the dark side, without it not being brought to light, inconsiderate, pushy, dominant, accident prone. So if you got Mars in transiting your first house right now, getting your body together, strength workouts is crucial for you at this moment. Okay. So let us continue. See, I always use moments like this as a eye-opening moment. Focus on what you're being given at that time frame before you go into the next step, especially if it's being brought to your attention in that manner. Because there's something you have to see as to what's going on right there. This was a Q&A, that'd be different. You could ask that, but that's not what we're talking about right now. Asking about Mars in the 10th. So let's see here. Don't go no ways. That's what the energy is. That's where the energy is right now for the messages that were just delivered. So I'm going to take these up. Let's see what the energy is. Let me pull these cards out. That's one thing you'll notice about this channel. Like, I'll go where I'm guided to go. Patience is key. Vamos a ver. Let's see. Just got the appearance of 999. All right. Ooh, yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. Selket, the counterpart of Horus, daughter of Neith and Dum, goddess of the dead, fertility, nature, animals, medicine, magic, and healing, of venomous stings and bites, restoration from death to life. For some of you, this is a goddess that has been assisting you, the energy of this goddess that has been assisting you through the period that Pluto was retrograde. Because this is the goddess with the scorpion on the top of her head, also connected to the royal star Antares too. So let me see here. You could be a moon tone when it comes to your galactic signature of electric. Being asked to provide service, not be a servant. Service, two different things. People feel like when you're providing a service that you're supposed to do what you especially in this type of work as far as like divination, you have to be mindful of your energy, because what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to feel what's going on for this person. And I'm gonna put it this way: if you are a reader, you do anything with divination that has to do with energy with other people, you're doing something, helping someone make adjustments to something that would prevent them from actually getting to the resources that they would have to get to take care of themselves. So just imagine that. You have to absorb what that is, especially if you were a real one. You don't have to, but you would be absorbing this energy to decipher what it is. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I say stay in alignment to what it is that you're hearing. Okay. You're being given the power to activate here. Putting something together. The number 3 is coming through here highly. That's the Empress. And you do got the rune connecting to the Empress, the letters N as in no and G. Fertility. The number 8. Healing anything associated when it comes to sexuality. Yeah, this is someone that, some of y'all really were connecting, even if you didn't realize it, to the goddess Selket as you were going through a gestation or chrysalis stage. Dissolving it all. Dissolving to nothing, and building something from nothing. Building something out of space. So this is bringing energies from the ethers into this physical reality. There's a level of stillness you would have that you would be connecting to achieve that. And we got the number 19 coming through here now. The galactic signature of the blue storm, self-generation. Okay. The action that occurs for this power to come to the forefront of self-generation is a catalyst. When it comes to the root chakra and the planet Pluto, the essence of energy, 319 could be significant, either March 2019 or March 19th, and that would be connected to Mars in Pisces. And Pisces is connected to the 12th house, which speaks of self-undoing. These are some deeply rooted issues. Some of these things you may not have been aware of until, there was a catalyst in your life for a change in path or career or ideals. You're being asked here to connect and communicate with and on purpose. With your purpose and standing firm on your purpose. Your highest spirit, 9 to 12 months here. Could be moving for some of you. You could be moving within the next 9 to 12 months, or this could be that mark of when you decided you wanted to move and you're in between that 9 and 12 month, because it speaks of movement and progression, movement, progress. Some of you have a very strong connection to animals, specifically horses or a Sagittarius, because you do have 9 showing up here twice now. Definitely get familiar with where Jupiter is activated at this time, which area of your life or which house it is activating at this time. It says here, the mind will trust the body and the body will trust the mind. That's a revolution waiting to happen. Then we got numbers 414. You're being asked to reclaim your power as your gifts are being enhanced and reactivated. Some of you may want to meditate by an oak tree because you have a strong connection to an oak tree as far as the environment that it's planted in. You know, do I ever notice? So that comes with the territory. I'd send them right to source. That's all I do. Send them love. Love is the most powerful frequency out here. Hate will never beat it. 1122 comes up thereafter. Magnetism, harmony, and love. Peace through self-realization. Peace through self-realization. The moment you know your temperament, speaking of 9 in Sagittarius, that's the temperance card. So you could be seeing a lot of 14s, or 1414 or 1144, 414. You're being asked to ground yourself and align with that peace through self-realization. It's 741 right now, just went to 42. Because this is right now, with the way some of these aspects are happening in the cosmos, you're becoming more magnetic. This is a time for new love. This is a time where you'll see results based on the activities that you place yourself into. So if there's something that you don't want, don't connect yourself to it. This is where you start to gain the power of yourself. You know you don't want to experience something, so why continue to indulge in it? Whether if it's through conversation, whether if it's through social media, whether if it's shows that you're watching. This is why you got to be careful at this point. When you get to a point where you can't like release something, you got to pay attention to what you're listening to music wise, watching as far as shows, what you're following on social media. Like, everything has to go through a reevaluation, and especially if you're a Cancerian here, because it's coming up again. If you're resonating with this message, this is a confirmation for those of you who are here for this particular info. You are on a shamanic journey, integrating, or the integration of spirit and soul with the body, collecting all fragments of the soul so that way you can experience unconditional love. You could have a North Node, South Node, Virgo, Pisces energy. From ancient times, you have been in this bout with the black horse, which is a test of your endurance. Because you're going to get to that point where, you do receive the fruits of your labor. Because the black horse would also be connected to the Knight of Pentacles or Virgo energy, So it says here, look at, like as I just said, got to be mindful as to what it is that you're surrounding yourself with. Proverbs, what's today? Monday, okay. Proverbs 22:26, do not be among those who give pledges, among those who become guarantors for debts. You are the lender, not the borrower. It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit go right up under that. You could be a yellow sun, which is the solar seal of today, if I'm not mistaken. Solar seal. No, it's a yellow solar human. So let me see something here. What moon tone do we have? Okay. Wow, just saw 111. Trees planted by Ecosia. 319, Ten of Cups. Yeah, there's emotional fulfillment in all areas of life that's waiting to be given to you. But if you're holding on to things that are not in connection to that, that energy is going to get much stronger. And this is what I mean about holding on to things that no longer serve you. You gotta start focusing on what's really going on. Are you experiencing love, or is it something that's literally causing you to have aches and pains, depression, anxiety, this, that, and the third? You gotta decide. You have to decide. You know, that's all it takes. Two things. You gotta decide, and you gotta take action on what you decided to do. But the main thing is deciding. You know, you got to change the narrative. It's your story. You got to change that narrative. You know what I mean? You're welcome, beloved. And for some, the issue with holding on to things too is that you're seeking validation from others and they're not on the path that you're on. Doesn't mean that you can't, receive information from those that are not on the path that you're on, but this would be those who know themselves. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to people who are basically a karmic lesson, you're basically asking another student. Again, no issue with that. But just know that this is another student when you can go to the teacher. And the teacher for most of you is going to be meditation, connecting with your ancestors, connecting with your spirit guides, connecting with source, God, whatever it is that you see as a higher power. It's going to take some tears. It's going to take moments where you have certain outbursts, but just make sure this is why it's important for you to set up a sacred space so you can do what you have to do. Because you can go to somebody and express what it is that you're feeling. They have no fucking idea on what to tell you, and that's actually going to add fuel to your fire. You know what I'm saying? So, say a lot, she said, you my teacher. I'm here for it, honey. I'm just here to reflect whatever it is that you're saying back. You know what I'm saying? Because life is your greatest teacher. On some real shit. Life will always be your greatest teacher. So this yellow sun energy speaks about I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. This mantra of yellow sun is a meditation for accessing the I am presence that contains great power and universal truth. And we're going to pause right there. I am that I am. See, this could be part of your shadow work. Pay attention to what you're saying after the I am. 1. 2. Observe what others are saying that you are. 2 different things. I told you to pay attention to what you say after I am and observe what others are telling you, because as you're observing, you're not necessarily paying attention to it yet. Well, you're aware of it, but when I say pay attention, you're not applying the energy for it to manifest. This is why when you're saying I am, you yourself are saying that you are something, I am something. You've already been paying attention, so you have to be mindful. It's like doing an audit or payroll for yourself in terms of what you're paying in terms of your energy. It's like you're paying the price as you do this. And when it comes to other people, just observe it. Just observe it, especially if you know it ain't true and it ain't true. This is how arguments will start in certain partnerships where there's this disagreement. And this is why I tell you, you're not here to be understood by anybody. Once you get to the bottom of that you're not here to be understood by anyone but yourself, you really minimize the necessity to feel like there has to be an argument, because society makes you think that until you get into this argument, then you can test your trust. See, that shit is business, a mind fuck. See if this person actually is the one for you based on something that happens. Why does it have to get to that point for you to realize that they love you? Because at that point, it's just like, that's disrespect. Where did the love go? You know what I'm saying? So, shit crazy sometimes. Let's see what else we got here. Yellow sun is the mystery unveiled, the simplicity of unconditional love and limitless bliss. Yeah, known by many names. Yellow sun is the solar lord, the mind of light, the center that is also your center. Yellow sun is your solar home, the great central sun. Yellow sun is a reminder that you are at every moment in the center of all that is. Yellow sun is the reminder that you are at every moment in the center of all that is. In your journey of remembrance, you are crafting a light body to return to a home in the stars that you never really left. Return as a child of the sacred to the great central sun. So that's another question to ask yourself. Are you in situations that reminds you of a place that you never really left or keeps you disconnected from it? This is the age of the star now. This is the age of Aquarius. See what I mean about alignment? So it's a process, yes. But the sooner you begin, the better off you'll be. That's all. That's all you gotta do. You know why I tell you it's really not hard to let go, because I've been in situations where I thought it was, but you know what I did? I started to do things that shows me that I'm letting go in the presence of it. You know what I'm saying? Like really testing my strength. And this is basically now you stepping into the lion's den. Because all the big guns come out when people want to manipulate you to make you think that who they are is all that you could ever be with. And I'm speaking of like relationships at this point, when it comes to love. So, because some could be in positions where, they don't have the means to separate themselves. But you gotta be smart about what you're doing. But get yourself up on out of there. Especially if it's only breaking you down even more without you coming into a space of having a breakthrough. It's just breaking you down. You know what I mean? So and this is when I suggest that you get into a strength training routine. You get into some form of releasing that aggression that might rise up. This may be a point where you may have to go from yoga to lifting some damn weights or punching the bag or something to really get that energy out. So because like I said, with Pluto going direct from April to Pluto going retrograde from April to the point that it just went direct on the 8th of October, that entire time, or those 6 months, it was basically breaking things down through an alchemical process. So this is like, it's breaking things down not from the physical experience, but more so from each of the elements that dwell within you. So that's air, water, fire, and earth. All of those elements that dwell within you were going through a whole different type of change. So there was like a demolition process that was going on, you know? So what else? Any questions regarding that then, on that note? Because I feel like some of you, I got some questions in regards to releasing a partnership. I would say this, if it has to do with family, okay? Let's put it this way. Ooh, 1, 11, 11. If it gets to if you are at a stage in your life where you feel like you have to separate from family, you are one of those who has really gotten to the bottom of it. You're at the foundation now, basically. So when it came to a partnership in love, it was more so having to do with the heart chakra, the root too, but heart chakra, sacral, heart chakra mainly. Okay, perfect. I'm glad I answered that for you. Um, so when you're getting to the bottom of it, and it has to do with family, it's you really, it's you have to be the one to take action on a decision that's going to be comfortable for you. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's something that's going to transform everyone that is in connection to your blood. That's why it's important to observe it. And when you're observing it, you're not taking it on, which is also a part of you that has to be strong enough to do that, which is why I said I get it. It's a process. But know it can be done. See, the reason why you'll prolong the process is because you're focusing on how long it could be, when it's, for some of y'all, may not even be that long. But you can make it that long by focusing on how long it's going to be. And remember, for me, when you hear me speak, how belongs to source, the universe. You're an extension of it, a fragment of it. You just have to be mindful, like they say, be careful what you wish for, to see the shifts happen once you ask. Is when it feels like you both are the issue, like seeing the bottom but in fear to move forward. As unlikely as that actually is it's not unlikely. That's actually that's a strong moment. You know what I'm saying? That's a strong moment when you both can see that you are the issue, because you're putting yourselves in a position to want to grow. But like taking action on it is just it's the next stage of that. Cause yeah, it'll do that. It'll just show itself after that point. It's because especially now, y'all, like for real, with this age of Aquarius, like if you experience that, like you're seeing the bottom, right? But you don't move forward, the universe already know. This is exactly why I be telling y'all mindful as to who I read for, because the universe knows you have engaged in a conversation with that type of um knowledge that you've been seeking, but don't really do anything with. It's kind of like disregarding a gift type thing. Observe instead of absorb. Yeah, it's it'll be quite the experience though. It sure will. But it's worth it. It is so worth it. It is so worth it. You think you feel like you'll do more by, because yeah, have your moments where you have to separate yourself. but observe why you're doing it. That's why it's important first to ask yourself, why would you? From a space of love. There could be a lot of shit that happened though. But remember, if you on this channel, everything you've experienced before you came here, this is what you decided on. To experience this journey, because this planet, this is the planet of duality. You can see one once you see the other. See, some are at a much higher vibration where not so much of that, they would have to experience the way past generations have, which is why it's important to honor your ancestors too, you know. The only thing is acting like those not in alignment with me is my issue. To be my best around who make the aspect of me and degrade it. You good, my love. Yeah, just separate yourself, because then that's how what you were attempting to do actually happens. You know, because you may feel like you're helping the situation. Your absence actually does that. So that way you can regroup and then regain your power back to see why you're even doing everything you're doing in the first place. Because like you hear all the time, energy is fluid, and that shit is no joke. There may be energies that you would have to remove from those experiences before you even get back to yourself fully. Then when you get back to yourself fully and you just relax and ease into your process now, you can have your challenges, but like an amazing athlete that does the work, does the lifting, does the breathing, you know, is on top of their things when it comes to that moment of performance. It could be a challenge, but it seems easier because they have done the work. They have built that muscle to perform the way that they do. Same thing. See? So these moments is like, again, looking at like what you're craving, the magical properties of what you're craving, as far as like foods when you're going through these type of situations, if there are any gods and goddesses that, you know, these foods would be an offering to them. Read up on them, because you reading up on that information is going to send the vibration through your body that allows you to balance whatever that energy is. See, so let's see what animal spirit comes out here. What is the animal spirit for the collective? Trust me, I get it. But it can be done though. Whatever you think is difficult for you to do right now, it's not. It's really not. It will be as long as you tell yourself that. Keep that a stat with you. It will be as long as you tell yourself that. So just get back into a space of love. That's all. What's at the bottom? And the deer. Wow, a lot of foresty energy, the wilderness. I'm seeing this image of some of you that live by a certain trail, though. Something about a trail here. And then the hummingbird. Aww. Yeah, so the vibes is chill right now. And from what I'm seeing, based on like the conversation that we just had, y'all good. Y'all beyond good. Yes. Don't even trip. Just start, changing the narrative of what you're experiencing. Waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move toward the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of this spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles. Come through, source. See, told you, you're straight. But you have no choice, bear. Some of y'all got a nickname. Some people call you Bear. I think that is like the cutest nickname, though. Bear. Winter wanes. The warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. When in balance, you're connected to your inner strength, and you yearn to grow. When you're out of balance, there's withdrawal, lethargy, and heaviness. To bring into balance, movement and exercise. If sources speak to you just now, baby, I'm just relaying the message to you, my love. Okay. Told you. You want a confirmation that's something you can do that's been difficult that you feel like I might have to. Yeah, that's gonna have to be the title of that. So much just happened right now. Okay. Well, 2006 could be significant. August 2006. That may be the root of it. Let's see. Where's the deer? Where's the deer? That's the horsey. The deer. And final message. This beautiful deer. Loving, intuitive, graceful, the mother. The deer represents the feminine aspect of earth energy. This energy is available to all creatures, regardless of gender, but it is especially potent in new parents. That's the second confirmation. Third, actually, with anima and father, new parents. Okay. During the first few days, they are fully present, nurturing, and calm. Their inner beauty radiates, and the sense of grace calms the room. A dear personality affects others in this way, drawing them toward a quiet tenderness. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near. I'm telling you, it's your moment now. Or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. When you're in balance, receptive, compassionate, and nurturing. When out of balance, concerned and protective, overprotective. You know, to bring into balance nature and children. So get around your younger cousins, your nieces, your child, rub that belly, love up on that belly. Okay? Get more connected with nature because this is a time to elevate, to be in love. Especially as we're getting closer to the eclipse season, you want to be as grounded as possible. Okay? And everything and anything is possible. That is your message, my love. I will see y'all on the next